Hello everyone and welcome. In this video I will be going over some of the most basic smokes for T-side on Ancient, and I think we should just jump straight into it. So give me a minute and I'll boot up a server and I will show you these smokes. Now, the first smoke I will be showing you is for Redroom, and it's one of the 3 insta smokes you can do from T-spawn. So the way you do this lineup is by following this piece of the bridge right here and the center of the leaf as so, and do a W jump throw. And as you can see in the lower left corner, it will go straight into Redroom. Now there are 2 more spawn positions on the right side of T-spawn that I will be showing you next. Alright, so this is the second spawn position where you can do one of the insta smokes for Redroom. There are 2 ways to line this smoke up, and I tend to do this one where I just put my crosshair dead center in this light green patch of leaves on the tree and do a W jump throw. Now, if I quickly go back to the same spawn position, I can do the same lineup by following this piece of the leaf while I'm holding control or crouch and do a W jump throw while crouched. This will also go into Redroom. Now, I will be showing you the last spawn position for the insta smoke or Redroom in T-spawn, and then I will show you one bonus smoke that I tend to use that also smokes off Redroom. So this is the last spawn position where you can do Redroom insta smoke from T-spawn. You're all the way in the back. This one was the one that I just showed you right before. And the way you do this lineup is by finding this small piece of dark green leaf on the tree and do a W jump throw. Now, I said I wanted to show you a bonus smoke. And this one you can do if you like move out of place and didn't get the smoke off correctly. So the way I do it is by tucking myself in between the rock and the wall right here. Then I line up my crosshair by aiming centered on this brick right here behind the tree and do a W jump throw as well. So if you ever misalign or do something different or start moving without making the insta smoke, you can always use this lineup as well to do the job. Now let's move on to B-side smokes and I will show you those. So in front of B-side, there are this corner right here where you have all the rubble or the bricks in. This is where you're going to do all 3 smokes. And you obviously only have 1 smoke yourself, so you need to have your teammates drop you 2 smokes. Or if you didn't have 1 yourself, you need to have your teammates drop you all 3, right? Depending on how many you want to use. So, the first one I'm going to show you is for A long, or sorry, not A long, B long. And the way I do it is by lining my crosshair up on this cross on the wall, slightly below center, and do a normal jump throw. The reason why I don't line it up straight in the middle is because so the smoke drops off and doesn't go too far in and block off the vision for the CTs. And it doesn't go out to the side, so the CTs won't be able to sneak through the smoke and get a kill that way. So that's the long smoke. And the way you do short smoke is simply by lining up your crosshair on the middle of this centerpiece right here and do a normal jump throw. You can see in the bottom left, it lands on short. And for cave, you line your crosshair up right here and do a normal jump throw as well. Those are the 3 B smokes that you need to know, which are very commonly used and are very effective for getting the job done to block off the side vision. Especially the A smoke, or I keep saying A, I mean the long smoke, is definitely the most important one. If it lands too deep or too far out, you might have a problem with the CTs pushing through the smoke and kill one of your guys on site or killing the planter. Anyway, let's move on to A side. So in front of A, similar as we did with B, we have one area where we throw all 3 smokes. So once again, you need to have your teammate drop you either 2 or 3 smokes, depending on if you bought one yourself. Now you go into the corner right here, and then for CT spawn, there's 2 ways to do it. You can either throw it right here by lining up in the kind of small gap between the archway and the brick right here. This one will leave a small gap for the CT smoke, so your teammates need to be aware that you might have a gap in the smoke. And I show you what I mean by having a gap by throwing it. You line up here, do a normal jump throw. This is going to smoke off CT. So the way, or what I mean by having a gap is that it lands slightly deeper compared to the normal one that might land right here. You have this gap right here. So if a CT is to push through, you have a chance to kill them because they don't know how deep the smoke goes, and it's very common for the CT players to hide in this corner and wait for the smoke to go away. The different lineup that I'm going to show you quickly is also landing for CT, but it lands something like this. And then it blocks off everything, right? So normally a CT player would hide in the smoke and wait for the smoke to go away. And the way you do the last lineup, where it blocks off all vision, is by lining up dead center on this brick right here and do a normal jump throw as well. I'm not going to show you how it looks because you just saw, but you can see that the lineup is slightly different. Now for donut smoke, this one is important. I think this is the most important one with the CT smoke. You want to line your crosshair up right here in this small intersection between the leaves, especially where the leaf is kind of bent. Line up your crosshair like this and do a W jump throw. The reason why you do the W jump throw is for the smoke to get enough, let's say, force or power, forward moving force to get all the way into donut. That way it won't go far out and the CTs won't be able to hide behind it when you push into side. Now, the last smoke I'm going to be showing you for A is for Temple. Personally, I don't use the smoke anymore. I'd rather use Molotovs to remove the player behind big box or inside temple, but I'm going to show it to you anyways if you want to have this in your arsenal. And I tend to miss the smoke. That's also one of the reasons why I don't use it. So right now I'm crouching in the corner, and then I line up my crosshair right here on this lower right part of this middle brick right here and do a normal jump throw. And as I mentioned, I don't really use this smoke because usually I think it's prone to fail, but right now it did land. But it's still not perfect because the CTs will still have the option to silently drop down from temple and hide in the smoke and maybe push through the smoke. And if you're planning on the corner right here, you can see it's a perfect line of sight for the CT to just go out the smoke, kill the planter, and then go inside the smoke again. What I'd rather do is to come here, maybe throw a Molotov like so behind the big box. This will force off any CTs that might be hiding behind the big box. Or you can even throw a smoke straight into temple if you have a feeling that there might be an AWPer lurking in here. So focus on learning the CT smoke and the donut smoke. Those are definitely the best option to go with. That's basically it, guys. If you enjoyed watching these small and basic smokes and feel that you can use them in your own games, which I hope you can, consider liking, subscribing, and dropping a comment and tell me what you want to see next. That's basically it. Take care. Have fun.